Okay. Let's play a little bit more Satisfactory, shall we? I remember making space for the copper factory that I wanted to build. This one will be 60 per minute. And let's look at this one. This one is 30 per minute for now. Right, okay. So that is 90 for now. I need 270 eventually. But the plan here is I'm going to keep my mines separate. So normally what I do is I merge the lines. But because I don't have that much, like my technology is going to go really slowly. So by the time I have tier 3 belts, that's still gonna take a while. I'd rather just have 2 tier 2 belts whenever I can going into the factory, and then we can then we can just have 2 lines of smelters. So 99 smelters, 2 smelters just for copper ingots. Then we have 3 smelters making wire and 4 smelters making copper sheets. First of all, do we have enough concrete? Yes. If I have enough concrete, I should finish this. There we go. Now, same idea as with these buildings, I'm going to have logistic floor of too high. Well, 8 meters high, that is. There we go. And then let's use a ladder for now. Let's see how much of this we can already build. Okay. Problem is going to be concrete, as always. So plan was to have the copper come in here, then go along this side. Probably along the ceiling would be best. As for this one, we'll do the same. Both lines can go somewhere in here, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smelters and 4 smelters. Good, okay. Let's go fetch more concrete. Thinking of at some point just letting this safe run for a little bit, just to amass all of the concrete that I'm gonna need. And again, I kinda like the way this is going right now. just really chill way of playing. Not much pressure, just build one thing at a time. Just turn that down a little bit. My camera is just... Okay, well, just deal with it. That's good enough. Okay. Build as much as we can here already. And then we can start by building the conveyor belts. So we can go over here. And this is going to be the wall. So my smelters, we have production. Ooh, cool. So my smelters do not require anything. And this is the wall. One, two, 4, 5 smelters. I'm gonna need more iron rods as well. Nope. I'm kind of curious how long my power supply will last. I do know I have quite a bit in there, but I also have a sink running. And my sink won't be turning off anytime soon. You have 2 coupons, so that's nice. How are we doing on plates? I'm thinking of just turning it off for now. It's consuming a lot of power. Not producing that much. This factory can also do a little bit of lighting. still also a decent amount of room here. Oh. 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, all my smelters can go on one line. So there's no reason for me to not do that on the top. There we go, that's 9 of those, and then we just have conveyor lifts on all of these. And then I forgot to paint all of them before copying them. Well, same with the recipe actually. Set the recipe before we forget. Here we go. Now, as for these, if I put my conveyor lifts like this, and then I can have splitters on here. So 5 there. I'm gonna do it like this. So this one has an input here, and now I can hopefully get this one to line up, this one to line up. I think this lines up correctly. Yeah. There we go. Then we'll feed into the first 4, and then the other one will come into the building here. I'm gonna need more concrete again, because it's going to go along the ceiling here. I need a little bit more concrete first. Okay, so this one comes into the building here, and then the first thing I wanted to do is actually go up. So the moment it enters, No, this one is not lined up. Okay, that's fine. The moment it enters, it is going to immediately go up and there goes all the concrete again. Okay. Anyway, let's go here, and then maybe we can get over there. Oh. That's what it's going to get. It's going to go over there, and then it's going to turn and go into the last 5 smelters. Oh, what a glorious day it's going to be when I finally have dedicated concrete factory set up. I was just like... strange. Okay. Double check, these are painted, right? This can all be connected. There's the first bit of copper ingot production done. Okay. Let's immediately do power for each line, because I really don't like to set up power. And this way I at least have it done for this bit. I don't have to come back and do all of the power in one go later. Power is like one of the least favorite things in this entire game for me. All the rest is so nice. Like, you got blueprints with auto connect, all of that. Power is just we are going to run out of cable as well. There's just no way to set this up in a way that it looks nice. At least in the beginning of the game. Once you have like the wall power outlets, stuff like that, yeah, maybe you can make something that looks decent. For now, just no. Okay. Let's do another resource run, because I am running out again. And the biggest issue is that I'm running out of copper. So I need more iron plates, I need more iron rods, and I need more concrete. Well, be expected. Don't need that many iron rods though. I'm not going through them too fast. Yeah, I'm going to need more concrete for the second floor. Might as well collect it now that I'm at it. Yep. Okay, almost a stack of concrete, and it's going to go through so fast. First of all, we can do the logistics though. Now, let me think, where do I want the output to go, first of all? I think, looking at it, that I actually want the output to go somewhere along this side. Maybe over here. Or maybe even over here. Yeah, I can put sink and containers up there. I'll put a ladder in here as well for the time being. Yep. Then we can actually get up there. Okay, so I can put the sink and containers up here, and then later on I can maybe put a truck station in here to drive all of the products over there and store them in either that building or a separate building that we're going to make with a hub and stuff like that. That sounds like a good idea. So, if that's the case, then well, we're going to do this anyway. Okay, but we're not going to put them on one line. That's the big difference here. I want a merger. Very good. So this is going to be one line. I want to have this one, which is basically just going to be an output. There we go. I think it's going to go in a conveyor hole over here somewhere. Like that. Then the next one. I will do 3 of them, and then the next one will be 4 of them grouped going into copper plates. Now, copper plates could just go right here, and I could turn this around. If we do it like... probably like this. Anyone is going to see a big difference here, but I like to be thorough. Let me go. Copper plates can go up here. In which case I'm also going to put the input here. That's better. Let's see. Up. Let's extend the floor a little bit. Not that we need plates immediately. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that I need 4 constructors, but I'm incorrect. I need 6 constructors for copper sheets. So, if my input is centered on this tile, then I kind of want the first one to be there, also centered, and then we can continue from there on. So, if that's the case, then I can go with logistics. Actually, pretty close. I could even go... Let's leave a little bit of path in between. And then put down 6 constructors. I don't have enough cable. I'm also going to run out of reinforced plates before we get to the reinforced plate factory. It's going to be another pain. Well, what do you do about that? Let's go make some cables. I do think I still have a temporary constructor in here. I don't. Do I have copper ingots somewhere? I don't. Oh yeah, I do. I even have wire here. In that case, we just need 1 constructor here. No, we're missing. We're missing cable to connect them. Wait, this one. Okay, this one is good. No, we're not. So this one is going to make cable first, so I can replace that cable, and then we're going to make other things. Statics is important, even for a temporary building. Okay. Lighting is so bad. I need a lot of cable though. Open another one. And this one will be making wire. Seeing as I do have a few spare copper ingots here. And I need to put down 6 constructors for the copper sheets. And like if we're being smart, I might put down an assembler, right? Oh, that one clips. Okay, missing some wire. Okay, there we go. We got some wire. And then temporarily some reinforced plates and some rotors being made. So let's put in some plates, let's put in some screws. It's not a lot, it's gonna be enough. So now for the 6 constructors. That is 48 cable. It should be good. Be good. Oh, I haven't painted these yet. Oh. There we go. I'm still always suspecting to have a jetpack on. Like, every time I do like a jump a little bit too high, I'm like pressing the spacebar again. Okay, here we go. So 6 constructors. Right up to that, that's okay. And 4 copper sheets. Two, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's perfect. Nice. Couldn't have planned that any better. And like I said, I'm going to do the power immediately every time. No slacking. Except if I don't have enough wire, which I won't have enough wire. Really? Well, that is incredibly rude. I'm trying to build here. I feel like I've been playing too much Celeste. I'm getting good at platforming in this game. But you're not supposed to be good at platforming in this game. Okay, there we go. Down. And then we have an input in here, right? Either input. Oh, well, that's not gonna work. Did I build them too close? I might have built them too close. Yeah, I did. Let's have if I do part of the logistics above ground. It's possible. It's gonna look less clean, so I don't like it. So yeah, we have to move everything then. Well, that or I turn this one around. It's definitely going to give me trouble with the wall, but there are things we can do to solve that. So glad I found a little bit of time to be streaming today. It's just mostly that I've been wanting to play some more Satisfactory, and the problem is that every time I try to play Satisfactory, I find myself not having enough time for it. Like I always feel like I need to. It takes a lot of effort to actually turn on the stream and start playing and it doesn't feel like that's worth it for the few hours that I can stream most of the time. A pity. Do I want a little bit more to... I'm glad I got over that today. It's already pretty late, so I won't be streaming for too much longer. It will definitely be a short stream, but at least I I got to play the game a bit. I'll try to do that more often. Even if I don't... if I think that I don't have the time. Even if it's just for an hour or two, that doesn't mean that I can just... I can still play a game, you know? I need to get over that. There we go. That's then going to be all of the inventory cover sheets. I did make that too close, or did I? Well, there are things that we can do to fix that. We can just go there. This one will then be a 1 of 3, and this one is gonna go and turn itself around. Oh, I hope this works. Might have made things a little bit too close. I did make things a little bit too close. If I can turn them around like this. Or just go underneath. I mean, I could just basically go underneath now. Nothing that really prevents me from doing that. Like this. Otherwise, it's one more. Yep. Okay, so that's the lines. But not actually what I want to do, right? I want to go... I want my belt to go that way, so... feels like it should work. Okay, now I can deconstruct this one. Probably do the same thing over here, so... Good. These are aligned, now these can be... and then I want to have a... wait, this one is going to still have an output. Oh. Is that the main power supply or is it one of the auxiliary? It's just one of these. Right. It's one of the concrete factories. That's acceptable. As long as it's not the main one, which should probably check out in a bit. Okay. Not right now though. So this one. I'm not sure why I want to be this perfect and everything needs to be aligned. But I feel it's important. Goes there. This one. Here and then in the correct position, which I feel is over here. I think it's correct. Yes. Okay. There we go. I really love this trick. That is such a good way to do elevators. You just need that little bit of verticality. Okay, so this one works now. That's going to be the copper ingot output, which is still connected. And then these are 3 other furnaces that go into this line, can then go into wire production. Let's do this output first. Sad thing is that I'm going to be doing this manually for a long time still. It is going to take at least like 10 more of these factories before I finally get blueprints. It's gonna be a while. But then again, I don't really mind it either. This is just going to be a standard output. It's the end product, doesn't need to go anywhere else. That can be a merger. Which... like that. Okay, that's easy enough. Now this one is going to go into other constructors up here. So I would prefer for these lines to not cross, which I guess we're doing another elevator and bringing it along here. I think that's the cleanest solution here. So, oh, this is a good idea. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me count out how long the gap here needs to be. Do something like this. I assume 8. Yes. Okay. That's a good thing to know. And then Seeing as it's already this far, I might... Let me put in a ceiling mount here. That should connect, right? There we go, and then we'll figure out how this entire end system is going to look once all the production buildings are in. Okay, now let me not make the same mistake as before. And leave a little bit more space. Not a lot this time, because I really shouldn't need a lot. And the big difference here is also the input is coming from here and not straight on. Should be fine. There we go. I overestimated the space I would need. Better than underestimating, at least. Okay. See. Next row of constructors is going in here. And those are 6 wire constructors, so it is basically an exact copy of what we have here. Seeing as I have enough space, let me use it. One, 2, 4, 5, and 6 constructors. That are all still on the wrong recipe, of course. It's gonna be wire. That is a wrong, a weird button combination to try to hold to copy paste things. Note to self, try to do that from right to left, not from left to right. Inputs, I might as well do the outputs as well, right? There's no reason for me to... do that. I might as well do everything on the top side here first. Less time spent running around. Okay. And there we go. As I said, power is the least favorite thing in this game for me. Let's see. There's the elevator. Gonna be another input. Starting from there. Well, that's another thing that I've noticed. When you place something on an elevator, it goes back to the default factory, like fix-it factory switch. and there's like nothing you can do about that. Kind of annoying. Oh well. Once I have blueprints, then all those problems will be solved. Now, let me see. How much wire do we need for the cable constructors? 120. Seeing as each constructor gives me 30 wire per minute, that is 2 constructors going straight out and 2 constructors going into... Sorry, 4 constructors going into 2 cable constructors. So, outputs. Where over here we could do the same thing, going around, or if I do this better this time, I could have it go straight in and then the output over there. Which, to be honest, I kind of prefer that. This first. So this is our wire output, which can go over here. Okay. And then our cable input can either go next to that or underneath as well. I think I prefer next to that. These are going to go that way, and then this one is going to turn around like this. I'm out of plate, so let me go refill really quick. Okay, don't have a lot of cable or wire to work with. Not a lot of reinforced plates, but good enough for now. Let me also quickly check on the fuel while we're here. I really don't want to run out of biofuel. So do we still have wood? We still have wood in here. If we still have wood in here, then we're fine. Might as well also put in the stinger remains. Spitter remains. These are spitter, right? Yeah. And let's also take out a bit of biomass. We're going to have to manually refill the concrete factory. Okay. Oh, back to what I was trying to do. So now, let's use the space that I have. Make sure I use it, and then we can line up the the 2 cable constructors just directly on onto the last wire constructor. Let me take the safe route instead of trying to parkour my way through. That should be more than enough room. Okay. Not for wires or cable this time. Go, second one next to it. Put in all of the floor holes. All the conveyor lift, then the power. There we go. That's power done. Let's do the logistics floor, and then we should be done with this factory. Okay, so. And then I'll just also go like this. Input. Need a splitter. And then for the output, we need 2 mergers. Okay. Not sure why sometimes the straight one doesn't want to align properly. Maybe it's because this one is slightly tilted. Not sure. I don't know. It doesn't really matter that much. That should be all of our inputs, outputs. So let's first of all make sure that everything has power. So I want walls in here. I also want the way up and down, which, seeing as we have so much space, can probably just go over here. That looks good. So I do prefer using the ramps where possible instead of the stairs. Stairs are a bit steeper, so would also be an option. Well, something like that should be fine. Put the foundation back in here, and then half foundation on the other side. Maybe a full foundation here. Okay. That's good enough. So that's our way up and down. Now this power pole can... on here, and then we can connect everything. Now, once the walls are in, I'm going to replace this. Like this power pole by something better. For now. We basically just need everything to be connected. And the simply connection can go on this side. That's going to be our copper ore, and for the rest everything's turned on, so we should be fine. As long as we don't blow a fuse with all the production now, then. Okay, then on this side, I have 4 products coming out: sheet, copper sheets, wire, cable, and copper ingots. So that would be ideally 4 containers and 1 sink. I mean, we still have so much space over here. I made this building too big. That's fine though. That just means that I have more space to put a sink in there. Oh, this is the main grid. Which... I think we just hit max. Projection 0? Probably just hit max capacity. Let's reconnect that real quick. With all of that turning on. Yeah, okay. We just hit max capacity. So if we connect everything again, we're going to have blown fuse again. Get rid of this one. See what our... Oh. What do you... Wait, what do you mean? Really? Come on. Wait, why was our capacity low? Like, capacity of 30 is... shouldn't be happening here. So, max consumption, which was a lot higher here. I'm not sure why it was so much higher. I do know we have a decent amount of constructors and stuff in, but it should be doubling. It shouldn't be tripling. This is 111. This is 22. Why is it 111? Like right now, our max consumption is 22. 22. Oh, wait, we're connected to the wrong power grid. We're connected to that power grid. Yeah, that makes sense. In which case, let's take out that generator and let's connect it to the main power grid. That makes sense. No, now this one can also go. That definitely makes sense. Okay, so those are still turned off. Now I should be able to connect them. Thank you very much. This can go. That can also go. Now we have a way up. Check the power grid here. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. 254 is the max consumption, which is over my capacity. I don't think that everything will be turned on right now. But I will need to expand the capacity, and I will also have trouble with fuel at some point. Okay. So let's build all the rest that we need. I want a sink. Which, seeing how we have that much space, ooh, there is a terminal here, so let's line this terminal so that we have something like this. That can be thick. This is the last thing that needs power. And I'm not going to connect to power. It's just going to eat through 30 megawatts no matter what we do with it. So I'd rather not. Instead, let me figure out what I want to do here. We are getting everything that we need. Okay, so I mean, instead of going into this nook where it's going to be pretty cramped with all the containers in, can try. Let's see. And this is the edge of the build, right? So, oh, it's not even going to be cramped. It's going to probably just be straight up impossible. Yeah, I can put 3 containers in here. That's it. In which case, we could also just use the space that we have here. Maybe move the sink over a bit. I want to move it over to the left side. Oh. Oh. Do this. Right, and that should give me enough space to place a few storage containers. There we go, without interfering with this purple. Now, at a later point, if we do have a truck station, then we can either get from these containers in the logistics layer or above, so that's fine. First of all, this 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I also have signs already, so maybe I should make sure that I'm using them to label stuff. Go. Let me fix this real quick. That's better. And go down. What I do want to do is make sure that we have a splitter here. I'm going to do that with all of these like this. These are mergers, these are splitters. Yeah. So this one I want the input being there. This one I want the input being like that. Now that way I can try to align a merger for this one as well. The question is if I can get this to work. And it seems like I can. Now, these splitters are going to have to be replaced by smart splitters eventually. That's not a big deal. For now, the sink also isn't on, so it's fine. Okay. Let's see. One, two, three. This. 1, 2, 3. One is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Belt will temporarily need to go. We'll connect an elevator from here to there. Oh. Mind. Try that again. Connect an elevator from here to there. Now this one can go, and this one can go. Wait, if I copy the elevator from there. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be copper sheets. Then the next one, let's get rid of these lines real quick. Next one is going to be copper ingots. Next one is going to be copper wire. And then next one is going to be cable. I think that's everything connected. That's gonna be backing up, and that's backing up. Okay, sheets are coming in. No. This doesn't seem to be working yet. Okay, copper ingots, wire, cable. Nice. That's all working. Which means I can take out the temporary ones that I have at the iron factory here. Now what do I do next? Because I would like reinforced plates. I'd also like more concrete. But concrete isn't really a priority right now because I have 3 concrete veins and they are producing. And a concrete factory would just be really, really small. I'd probably also want to do more than 60 concrete per minute. So I would like to do reinforced plates first. There's only one problem with reinforced plates. This one's 5 per minute. And if I want to do 60, that is 12 assemblers. Not that big of a factory in the grand scheme of things. Except for the fact that we need a lot of screws, a lot of iron plates to make one. And it's mostly going to be a lot of constructors. So I think I want to lay the groundwork for that. 12 assemblers. And it's also just going to be a lot of power if that's all turned on at the same time. Yeah, like I think reinforced plates over concrete right now. It is going to be a much larger build though. I need to figure out where I want to do this. Come on. It's one of the auxiliary ones. Yeah, one of the concrete factories. Let me do this real quick. So that's the copper factory. That's done. Let's do reinforced plates. If I want 60 of them. And that's the biggest problem here. Is that I have recipes for... Yeah, let's not do aluminium beams and stuff. Not aluminium ingots. Screws. That's a normal way of doing it. It's 24 smelters, and it's 720 iron ore per minute. Yeah, from now on we're going to be needing a lot of iron. If I really want to do 60 per minute for everything. Now, 720, it doesn't need to be 720 immediately. We can wait until we have Mark III miners for this to be fully operational. Although Mark III is a long ways away. So Mark II, yeah. And we can overclock. So let's say a pure vein gives me 120 with a normal miner, if I'm not mistaken. Overclocking that would give me 300. So I would need how much? 3 pure veins and then another normal vein. I want to do that with Mark II miners. No, with Mark I miners. Assuming we'll have Mark II miners, that is going to be 600 for a pure one. And then I can get away with an impure one, so 5 impure. Oh right, and I don't have radar towers yet. Well, it is going to be some running around then. Load this one up. Let's go find some iron. Preferably, yeah, no, basically enough for 5 impure veins. We've got iron there, iron there. This one right next to the copper factory, which I saw earlier. What quality? This one is impure. What about that one over there? I know there's a lot of iron in the Dune Desert, so this one's pure. Okay. I was thinking it was going to take a lot longer for me, that I was going to have to run around a lot more. But if we have where was the other one? Was it over there? So we've got this pure one over here and this impure one over that hill. Build the factory right in between, I guess. That was the wrong jump, or strange jump, I should say. So, factory is going in between these two hills. Can I? I think I'm aligning everything to world grid. It should align perfectly with all of the rest. It's going to be your iron input, and then this is the perfect place to start our factory, I think. Make it a little bit wider as well, just to go a little bit more into this dune here, terrain-wise. Even say that this is the wall. And then let's make the corner over here. I'm out of concrete, and I heard a lot of fuses get blown, so all my concrete production also stopped. In which case, let's go fetch some concrete and make sure that they are back online. Or let's just put them on the main grid, actually. Right. Can build while swimming. Okay, there we go. Okay, how much concrete do we have? A decent amount, though. I can do some stuff with that. Well, I feel like my platform is going to be... maybe I can just barely get a platform big enough for the factory that I'm going to need. And then the same over there. Okay. That is almost 4 stacks of concrete. Now, how fast are we going to go through that? Might last us a minute. Let's not do the inside. Let me first figure out how big I want this thing to be, and then fill in the inside. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 10. I think so. That should be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 16. Take care of this one first. Okay, that is 16 wide. I got a feeling that it's going to have to be even more. Okay, that's 20. I won't be able to go much further though. But this already clips. Yeah. That is I think if I make this the wall, which I can do. Yeah. Then this is going to be 18 wide. Now this is my iron vein, so I can't really build over it. I need to make sure that I actually count how big it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna go a little bit in here. $19. And then we run into a hill here. I think that's my iron vein, right? Yeah. So wait. This can also still be in here. Okay, so this should be the wall then. That gives us that area to work with, which is not very big. I think it's possible though to just do 2 floors. And maybe then we have enough space. How I missed the hover pack. So let's see. I'm gonna fill it in anyway, so this is 1 wide. 1, 2. That is 11. 12, 13. Okay, so that is 13 by 11. How did you get up here? Thank you. That's 13 by 11. And then on this side we have 5 by 8. 13 by 11 and 5 by 8. Just a quick estimation. I need 12 assemblers, which with each assembler, given they need an input and an output and some logistics underneath, I would say they take up, on average, they will be 1.5 foundations wide and 2 foundations. So 2 foundations tall with logistics in. So 2 assemblers are 3. Is a 3 by 3 by 2, which would be 6 foundations per 2 assemblers. So we have 36 foundations. And then per constructor and per smelter, I'm just going to take 1. So that's another 30, 66. Is another 20, is 86. So that's 108 foundations. 108 foundations. We had a 5x8 here, which is 40, and we had a 11x13, which is 143 something. I mean, if I fit everything really close together, we should be able to do that. There won't be much space left over though. And I also want to put in a sink. So we might do a second story on the main part of the building. So that we have this part here, and then the main part can be 2 stories. Something like that. But I think we will keep with this surface area. It should be enough space to build what I want to build. And this can go. Yeah, we actually managed to build a platform with the concrete we had. And barely didn't run out. Let me just mark the corners. And we know what we actually have to work with. Okay, there we go. Now, I need to start building the second layer. And there goes all of my precious concrete. Okay, we're out. Okay, so let me go get some more and then figure out how we're going to do the input. Seeing as we have one iron node here and other one being right in this corner. Like with this one being right in the corner, I feel like just doing the input over here. You know, just... it's really close though. I could even just go underneath. Yeah, I'll have the belt go underneath and then up. Something like that. And then the first line can go like on this side. Might either, or I do the smelters in here. I said this was an 8x5, right? So 8 wide, which would let me fit in maybe 10 smelters? Maybe 12. If I can fit 12 smelters in here, then let me try that out. Got enough resources to try that out. But that's going to be pretty tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we can put 12 smelters in there. In that case, this, and it's 5 wide. And let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. 5 if I take this one, include this one, which I can do. So this can be our smelter area. In which case, my iron is going to come in here and go through here, or in the middle, then go into the smelter line. This single node is going to provide most of my iron. So it's going to provide 600 out of the 720. Do I want to split it off? Now, if it's going to require... That is going to require a lot of upgraded conveyor belts to get that to work. Which I don't have for now. The maximum that this can provide is 120. I can bring some iron from... probably over there. Over there if I want to. Just a little bit extra. And I might do that. Let me go fetch some concrete first. That's not a lot. Definitely not a lot. Building these factories requires much concrete. And I haven't even built any walls yet. Oh, I also need a silica factory. And then the quartz crystals as well. If I'm going to be doing a lot of building, I want easy access to those resources. Now, about this one, how is this one going to fit in then? If we have our smelters over there, then this one can come in here and go all along this side. Get to the smelters. And that one is going to provide 120 eventually, which would tie in nicely to 4 smelters. I think I'm going to divide it up like that. That should be big enough. Okay. Equipment is the only thing that I'm crafting by hand, by the way. Because I don't think there's a way around for the portable miners. For now I only need two. That barely doesn't clip and aligns perfectly to go up there. Oh, that's so nice. That's perfect. Nope. Apparently we need one more. I want to cover up this resource node completely. Don't want it sticking out. Okay, that should be good. Actually aligns perfectly. Yeah, that's so nice. This one needs to be one higher though. Okay. Which we can then have a belt. Bring it in here. A conveyor lift. Right up against the wall? Sure. Gonna run out again. I mean... I don't need these two for now. And then let's have it stop over here for now. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. For now, I'm going to put in a ladder here, just so I can get up. So, thinking about inputs and outputs, I think that one smelter here, maybe even one. Yeah, okay, so smelter like this, and then floor hole here. That should work. And that's just going to be one line of 12 smelters. Which is 360. I mean, we don't have to do it in one conveyor belt, right? We can do it in 2 or 3 conveyor belts. Probably a good idea. Going to the iron ingots, and then I can just copy it over. Okay. Okay, so that's more than enough. What about the input here? Okay, so there is not going to be any room between these inputs and the other wall, but yeah, I'm constrained on space, so not much I can do about that. Okay, and then for the other input, I can either flip the smelters around so that the output is facing the same way, and then we have like a central output line. There's probably just going to be enough space to turn this, but we also have our iron ore coming in on the same path here. So if we do that, that's going to clash. If I do that, those are definitely going to clash, but I can just stack them. Yeah, I'm going to put the inputs here, so gonna leave at least that much room if I can afford it. See, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, let's do that then. That is going to be the second smelter line. I need iron rods. Now this is gonna hurt. Let's load up on resources. So, copper sheets we don't need, ingots we don't need. Make sure that I have enough wire and enough cable. Are these like further apart? They are. Well, let's just say that that's the design choice, okay? I don't feel like redoing all the logistics there. I'll make it work. Let me go fetch some iron rods. Should be enough. And same for our plates. Load these up again. More iron, reinforced iron plates. We're gonna need them. I'm also curious how we're doing on power, and I fear that might need to do another run for wood. Wood is gone. Still a decent amount of biomass in here. Still a decent amount of wood in here. Oh, not completely out yet. Do have some backlog. Alright, more critter remains. Yeah, I'm going to need to do another wood run real soon. Now let me continue building a bit. Okay. Just making sure those are aligned. But I skipped one. This, and then... Are they aligned? Didn't look aligned to me. Yeah, but that's fine. Okay, and then the same for the outputs on the other side. Oh. Okay, I fell down. I'm pretty sure that this is... Again, I'm pretty sure that this is too much reinforced iron plates for the start. I won't even have the input to actually saturate this many smelters. I feel 60 is a really nice amount to aim for. There we go, and over here. Okay. After this factory, I am going to decorate the existing ones first, though. I do not want to start neglecting that. Okay. So this is the impure one. This is the output. And this is an input. My preference is that this one goes straight in here. That is probably going to be difficult, right? Yes. This almost works. Not entirely. You can see that the bell still goes. In a diagonal to the outside. I could reposition this belt. That way it would work. Might clip slightly into this wall then though. Yep, that works. That works. Okay. Just do that. That does seem a lot easier to me. This and then we go. That should be correctly lined. And then it can go in there without any issues. Nice. Okay. Input. These aren't painted yet. Okay. So that's input from that miner. Then the input from this side is going to be more difficult. I mean, this is just going to be... The elevators are going to be the same. Same thing over here. Might as well put those in. Then this iron is going to come in here. It is going to split off. One is going to go in here. Or is it going to? No, it can just split off underneath. We can. Yeah, definitely can. So let's build this first. Let's hope that we have enough foundations, enough concrete, basically. Okay. At least enough for me to put on a miner. Okay, so that's perfectly aligned here. This one is producing 120, right? Okay. I didn't miscalculate there. This one is going to go underneath. How am I going to fix that? Okay, underneath, then there's going to be a splitter underneath. And then an elevator on each of those splitters. So, one. Come on. I'm really missing the concrete for this. I need like 2 foundations, please. Oh. Okay, that should be enough. There we go. Foundation, and then this one I want to put a splitter. Is that lined? I think even that's not aligned. It does seem about as straight as I can get it here. Which means conveyor. Just putting those in to line this up. See if this works. Okay, it does line up. It isn't immediately connected, but that's fine. We can fix that. And for this one, it's the same thing. Oh, no. Was the wrong button. Oh, so maybe ideally I have it line up here, right? Yeah. Do this. I can do this. The only problem with the solution is that, like, we're not really going to step into the desert, right? Yeah, I can put a splitter on the ceiling here. I'll paint everything in a bit. Although then it's really obvious that this is going up. Oh, is it though? It is. It is. Can I have it just go straight out and then... No, no. Oh, the misery. Something like that will do. Surely. Surely that's good. Yeah. It is still not going straight into it. It is going a little bit in a diagonal. That's not... You can't get it perfectly aligned. Now, ideally, I get this one to go up here. Well, that's not aligned. Is it going to conflict with this one? I don't think so. So, yeah. Okay, so we can just do that. Okay. And then this conveyor lift floor hole. This one's a little bit farther than I would have liked. Fine. This one. Can we go over there? That seems a little bit too close for comfort. Okay, come on. There we go. Yeah, this one's a lot closer. Good. And there we go. Then we connect all of these splitters, and then we have our input for iron ore. Only problem now is that these belts are Mark 1 and that they cannot handle the throughput that we are going to provide here. I mean, we could really quickly do Mark 2 logistics and then at least have the smelter output at full capacity. But let's do that after this factory is done. Because then we will officially have automated reinforced plates. I feel it's just a cleaner way of handling things. Okay. Let's do all of the outputs now and then figure out how they're going to go through here. Like, I'm thinking we need 540 iron ingots going into iron plates. We need 180 iron ingots going into iron rods. And then we basically need a lot of belts. I can do this thinking that I will upgrade to tier 2 belts. I'm thinking of not upgrading to tier 2 belts and just making sure that I have 3. But 1 belt. That's 1 belt per 2 smelters coming out. That doesn't work. Wait. That also doesn't work in the previous factories. I will need to upgrade some things. Give me a second. Better. I mean, I can do 1 belt per 2 smelters, but that sounds really... That is 3 belts going into those constructors. I mean, I will have to come through this factory and upgrade belts anyway, so... 540 is a lot. And 720 is a lot, so I might split those belts up. If I assume tier 3 belts, that's a maximum of... Like, I can assume tier 4 belts at some point, which is 480. Which means I will split this in 2, and I will split this in 2. That seems like a plan. And then I can completely have this factory working once I have Mark 4 belts. That seems like it should work. If we're doing that, then I'm getting 1 belt with 180 and 2 belts with... I mean, I might as well split it in 2, right? Which is going to be 270. Perfect for Mark 3 belts. 186. That's 6 and then 2 times 9, is that? Yeah. So 6 smelters into the iron rods, and then 2 times 9 smelters that need to go into the constructors. Uh, 6 into iron rods, and I assume that it's easiest to just take 6 on this side. And then iron rods can go immediately there, and then all the rest is going to be routed on this side here. It's a belt of 12, that's not going to work though. Okay, let's do 6 first, that's the easiest. 1, 4, 5, and 6. Like, that is the big advantage of doing everything by hand instead of blueprints. You do have a lot more flexibility. It's still a lot more work. Mostly for the sake of power and belts. But, well, I can make use of all of the space that I have a lot more efficiently. Okay. Those are 6 of them going out and coming out. Okay, they're probably not going to even come out that far. I do want a belt in here just to signify that I have output. No further than that. Then we have 6 here that we need to combine with 3 from the other line, and then we have 9 from this line. So thinking of doing these 9 first. That's 9 of them. And 9 of them again. Oh, come on. Okay. Now, right. Let's redo this one. Because obviously that can't go straight into the next splitter. So. It will go into that one, and then I guess the easiest way to do this is just with a short elevator like this. That's going to just go underneath. And then we'll probably need to go in between these. No, that's fine. That's fine. Do those, and then I'm going to do this exact same thing over here. I feel like elevators are just changing colors randomly on me. Like, that one was white. I swear it was white a second ago. Okay. Should work. And then I think I will do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, time to learn how to do corner with these things. Okay. This is just 4, 4. That makes it really easy. Right, that doesn't work. We want another merger. Basically adjacent to this one. And then I want Wait. This one connected? Yeah, yeah. Like that. Okay, so now I have this belt, and then I'd like to have another belt here. Like put that over just a little bit. Nope. Splitter. Let's see. Belt can probably come here without any clipping. Can connect all of that. Come on. Just need to press the right buttons now. There we go. Okay, so we have our two belts of 270 coming out here, and a one belt of 180 coming out here. Well, that should have been enough time for my concrete factory refill, right? And it hurt. Oh, it didn't. Oh, wow. I've been playing way too much Celeste recently, and I'm starting to see similarities between this game and Celeste. You can... It's like hyper dashes if you do it correctly. And on the correct surfaces. That's crazy. Tipped belt. Okay, right, more foundations. Gonna build a second level here, and then figure out where I want to put all my constructors. I think I'm doing a few more constructors. Like, just... constructors for the iron rods, probably. And then I will... That's the last thing I'm gonna do today. Because although I'm really glad that I did decide to have a short stream still. I'm really glad I got to play a little bit more Satisfactory. I really shouldn't make it too late either. Yeah, so these sticks are going to go into constructors. Constructors that are going to make iron. Yeah, iron rods. Like this. So this belt, 12 constructors. Which I feel like it's a good idea to align the first one here, but I want to leave enough room for 5. That's 6 constructors, and that also leaves me enough room to do the other iron plate constructors over there. Okay, so before we copper those over, iron rod, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 4, 5. That's all of that connected up. Let's do the outputs as well. Lest we forget. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and that's number 6. That's gonna go there. Now, I think we can just... I hope it's not too close. It's not. This is perfect. Let's take some splitters for the input. Need to repaint the the elevators here. That's going to be iron rods, and well, that went pretty quickly. Might as well do the screws right next to it here. Let me double check how many constructors. Oh wait, it's 12 iron rod constructors, not 6. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I can loop around the belt, but I need more iron plates. Let's get more iron plates first. Let's refill this. To be honest, I am going to need the iron plates, the reinforced iron plates, sooner rather than later. And I'd rather not run out and have to wait on them. Okay, so first of all, can I? Yes, I can. Can easily just loop the belt around. That's good. Then that just means I need constructors. In this case, I am going to orient him like this. Maybe one more. Well, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Sure, all the floor holes are in. Make sure all of the elevators are in, and then we can move on to the logistics floor. Oh, okay. But this one isn't aligned. Luckily it's the output, so I haven't really done anything with it. Seems like I am misaligning a lot of stuff today. And then these are going to be the inputs. Yep, that's a constructor. Okay. These are the outputs. So let me do input first. One too many. I'm used to placing elevators now, and I'm just building twice because elevators need to snap and stuff. That's kind of annoying. Well. Okay, so this one can go in there. Okay, there we go. Now, the question is how are we going to get iron rods out? I think I want to do the screws right next to it over here. Seeing as those are 18 constructors, I can basically do the same thing and have 3 rows of 6. will nicely align with the rest up here. That's going to take up quite a considerable amount of space, but not all of it. But I did say that I was going to finish up the iron rods and then I'm gonna call it so. Let's do the output, let's do the power as well. I really don't want to do power next time as a first thing I do. Then we... And then I'm gonna stop. Fortunate, but yeah, I just don't have the time. Again, this one. A what? Okay, let's do this again. I messed up something. Start with these. Okay, so I wanted to go that way. And then here. And then for these ones, out here. That seems fine. Because now I can put in a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can put in elevators there. And then I think I can do is put a merger in here. Well, I'll stop changing fudge the entire time. And then this one I'm going to turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Build it there. And connect these ones. Remove that one. And then recolor this. That should give me the option of connecting these nicely. And then having a elevator here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is probably a cleaner way that I could have done this. Instead of having to do this, but I mean, I kinda like it, it's okay. I can probably also remove this one and then have a... Oh, no, doesn't need to be in the to-do list. Floor hole here. Which this is going to be the input. Can be done like and that's then going to be the input for all the screw constructors, which is going to follow a similar pattern to that. It's going to go around to this one and then over here. We'll probably put a splitter in here. Then that can connect, one more, and then that can connect. That's going to be 3 lines of screw constructors in there. Then iron plate constructors are going to go on this side. And then maybe I have enough space to put in a bunch of assemblers, maybe I don't. I can expand to this side actually. So even if I just leave a little gap here and then I expand over there, then we will have enough space to put in the assemblers. And probably also a sink and storage. So we might expand to that side. Just so I don't forget for next time. Okay, last thing. Let's hook up the power to all of these machines. It's so tempting to just postpone that to next time or till the end of the build, but if I don't do this now, then I am definitely going to regret it later. Almost got myself stuck there. Alright, and I also need those constructors connected. And now let's just hope I have enough cable to connect everything. Okay, this is the fan barge. I think I could never be an electrician. I mean, I know that this is not how the actual job works, but still. the aversion that this game has given me to cables. Don't think I can ever overcome that. Okay, and then the last line for the smelters. We're done. Let's go on top of the smelters here, that might be a little bit easier. Okay. Just making the connections to the machines. Okay, as I said, it's getting late. That was the last thing I did for today. Next time I will continue with this factory, hopefully get it done. Probably go get some more biofuel, because that is probably running really low right now. And then finish the actual builds for these two factories. I think that is the planning for next stream, or maybe next 2 streams, depending on how long it takes, of course. Okay. We'll wait on the autosave. We'll make my own save, and there we go. So that is, I'll call it copper, because we did copper. It's completely done. There we go. And that's main menu. Okay, that's going to be it. I do see one extra viewer in chat. I'm not sure if you're listening or not. If you are, thank you so much for being here. If you want to drop in next time, I stream on Sundays, sometimes on weeknights. If you enjoyed the stream, then definitely drop in next time and maybe say hi. I'd love to chat a bit. But for now, it's late, so I'm going to stop here. I wish you all a good night, and till next time, bye.